YouTubers, Mike Martin's here. Mike Martin's channel. It's late. It's almost midnight here, and I'm getting the office straightened out, getting a few things moved around, a couple of desks moved around. I want to set it up so I could set up the phone system in the studio so we could have open lines. Maybe I'll do Monday open lines where we just talk about what's going on, whether it's housing or just what people feel is going on in the world. I don't want to get political, but I want to talk about things that are affecting housing, what's affecting people. You know, we could talk about specific topics. Interesting things because everyone's talking about the same stuff on their channels. I kind of want to be unique, and that's why I do. I've been doing housing for like 5 years, so I like the housing market, talking about it because it is something that people need to keep an eye on because it's nuts. I got an article here I want to show you guys. It's right here. And it says, Vancouver condos are getting more expensive, even historic sales. So Vancouver prices are getting more expensive, even with historic sales. So this is pretty bad, guys. Like, this is Vancouver condos see a bump in prices, sales, and listings. Heck, even historic numbers got a bump due to recalculation of sales. So what is happening, people? In a normal market, this housing market, in a normal housing market, this market would have crashed 3 times over. But the amount of stipulations and pumping and underlying things, we don't even know what's going on. And then banks not being transparent, underwriters not being transparent, and a lot of hoopla, if you want to put it this way, a lot of hoopla. So anyway, so what is the deal with this? Why is this happening? And how is this happening? It's phenomenal that the benchmark, it says here in the article, sorry, let me just zoom this down here. The benchmark price is, I think, $650 for a condo. $635 for pretty much a 1-bedroom, like a benchmark starter price. That's huge. I mean, someone making a 6-figure income needs to save at least 5 to 10 years just to put a down payment down, because the cost of food is just through the roof. The cost of living, everything's expensive. Because usually, if the price of food's cheap, the price of housing is expensive, and if the price of housing is expensive, the food, fuel, cost of living is usually cheaper to kind of offset. Usually, I've seen that in different cities that I've lived in. I've seen different cities, how it kind of balances. Wow, food's so expensive, but wow, look how cheap it is to live. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, things are headed. I don't know where things are headed and why they're headed the way they are. And it says your prices rise 21.7 to 24.47%. The price of condo rose for the 10th month in a row. The benchmark price is $635 large for September, an increase of 1.4% from the month before. This represents a 21.7 increase from the same time last year. Although it's actually 47% higher. The benchmark reported in September 2016. Oh yeah, you didn't hear? Benchmark prices change methodology. This makes the numbers you heard just a little off, but this is from Better Dwelling. You guys can look up the article, and it's out of control. Toronto is seeing a decline in condo prices, but the pre-builts being put on the market are kind of stipulating the numbers a bit. So we'll wait till next month. We'll wait till November to see what's happening in Toronto. Sydney right now is kind of plateauing. Kind of staying steady. A lot of foreign investors are leaving Australia, from what I've heard. And prices are declining in Auckland, New Zealand. They've been down 2.14%, I think, in the last quarter. And London prices are declining huge because London's having this massive brain drain right now. Massive youth, millennials leaving the city of London and moving to other parts of England. And the proof is in the numbers. If you look at the proof in the numbers, what is happening in London, how other towns just 40 minutes, an hour away from the downtown core of London, you see prices trickle upwards. Not much, but enough to show that markets are booming outside of London, and that's what's been happening. Dublin is having a huge problem. People can't afford to live in the city of Dublin, and making it for professionals to come into work, rejecting jobs. You know, who would have thought I'm going to reject this job offer that pays really well because I can't afford a basic necessity to live? But it's happening. It's happening everywhere. All free market countries are suffering, and this is somewhat a huge. This is like an economic war. It's an economic. It's somewhat of an economic takeover. It's happening in parts of Africa. It's happening everywhere, basically. So we need to find a way to put a cap on free market, because free market's not so free for the local Billy Bob like me. The local Billy Bob like me. Free market means absolutely diddly squat. Free trade with NAFTA for a small company like me means absolute big donuts. It only means something for big corporations. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. I did get a message from someone saying, Mike, what are you talking about? The price of condos are going up in Toronto. I read it. I read articles last week. They're plateauing. They've plateaued, but this is a completely different story. See, I'm getting mixed reviews because I'm getting reviews from different news sources. Then I'm getting it from Better Dwelling, and then I'm getting other people telling me the same thing on the ground in Toronto, saying, no, man, condos keep going up, man. Cost of living is increasing beyond. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna see if I can get this damn phone to work. Maybe I could do some open mic tomorrow, get people to call in and see what's going on in the show. Talking about housing from all over the world. People could call in and see what's happening in their cities. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I just wanted to put this video up before I went to bed tonight. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button.